Welcome to your coverage of Missoula's sports heroes. You're tuned in to the Missoula Prep Sports Network live stream of local sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen.
This presentation of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness, the only gym from Montana for Montana.
Check it out.
MPSN is your leader in Missoula's prep sports.
Woo!
We now take you to the action on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Everybody hustles out there, okay, guys? Nobody quits.
Hello, everyone, and welcome into the Missoula Prep Sports Network's coverage of Missoula Mavericks baseball. Chris Stratton at Lindbergh Craig Field as we get set for a doubleheader between the Butte Miners and the Missoula Mavericks. And we'll go ahead and jump right into starting lineups for the game today. Doubleheader, first pitch for today, scheduled for 1 o'clock for the first game. The second game is set for 20 minutes after that game finishes up, roughly 3 o'clock, scheduled for 7 innings. Starting things off for the Butte Miners, number 1, Egan Lester. He'll be in right field. Batting second is number 22, Hunter Buni. Buni will be at second base. Batting third, number 11, Ryan Wall, the shortstop. Batting fourth, number 12, Casey Kotzman. He's the left fielder. The center fielder, number 7, Ryan Richards, will bat fifth. Batting sixth, number 17, Kean O'Neill. He's the third baseman. The first baseman, number 8, Ryan Burt, will bat seventh. Batting eighth is the designated hitter, Riley Chiotti. He is number 20, and the catcher rounding things out, number 9, Kenley Leary. Actually, it's Carson Dodge, so I will have to make that change in the system for the lineups. For the Mavericks, leading things off, Bridger Johnson in left field. Dane Frazier will bat second, hanging out in right field. Trad Richardson, the third baseman, number 13, will bat third. Bridger Johnson, number 10, and Dane Frazier, number 7. Drew Stensrud, number 5, will bat fourth. He's holding down first. The shortstop, Stuart Long, number 2, will bat fifth. Number 3, Brendan Hill, the center fielder, will bat sixth. Batting seventh is the designated hitter, Bo King, number 6. Andrew Clausen, the catcher, he will bat eighth. He's number 14. And Dayton Bay will be your second baseman, batting ninth. Parker Stevens is the pitcher for the Mavericks today, and Peyton Heddick will pitch for the Butte Miners. We're going to have the national anthem here in just a moment. When we get back, we'll have your first pitch. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Warning! Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now, whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning! This is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash on reserve across from Larchmont.
Half-price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we get set for our doubleheader, the first game of the doubleheader between the Missoula Mavericks and the Butte Miners. The Miners playing at the A level this year, wanting to rebuild their program. So kind of drew things back. They have a lot of younger players. Looking at their lineup this week, they do have quite a few players that are at the 8th grade level, or I mean at the freshman and sophomore level. So looking to just kind of build things and rejuvenate and renew. And, you know, we saw that here locally with the Missoula Hellgate Knights and their football program, kind of peeling things back, going to JV for one season. And, you know, it did great things for that Hellgate program as it built it up, and fans, the school, and everybody got excited. The community got excited about Hellgate Knights football once again. So we come to our leadoff batter, Egan Lester, with Parker Stevens on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. And our first pitch thrown inside for a ball.
Game time temperature at the Missoula International Airport, 62 degrees.
So first pitch is at 12:55, and it is a ball. And now we'll go even on the count to Lester. Now we saw these Butte Miners come in for the Maverick Memorial Day Tournament, as this one will be fouled back for strike 2. And they held their own. They played well. Some very good competition at that tournament. Mavericks will host their second tournament coming up, as Parker Stevens will drop in ball 2. Now for Parker, he's one of the seniors that graduated yesterday, as this one's bounced down the third base line. It's going to be in play. Richardson with a high throw to first, a tag, and they're going to say safe as Stensrud was behind, and the runner will reach. And we're going to call that a hit for now.
Second base number 22, Hunter Muni.
So 1 on for the Miners, as Hunter Buney comes to the plate for the Miners, and they are going to call that an error. And we'll get strike 1 now to Buney. 1-1 on the count. Hunter Buney, one of the regulars for the Miners, as we saw him last year with the program. One and one. Runner at first. And we'll have a foul ball to get strike 2. So with an overthrow to first, that will put the runner at third. And Butte in business now with the runner at third. Here's the 1-2 by Stevens. This one's going to be down the third base line, and they'll have the runner on the third base line jammed up. And Parker Stevens will have the out. The throw to second and a tag, and that's a double play turn for the Mavericks for 2 outs.
Shortstop number 11, Ryan Wall.
And this one's going to be pop foul. And that will be 2 away now, with Ryan Wall at the plate. Wall fouls it off the opposite direction. Here's the pitch by Stevens. And that'll be ball 1 now, with 2 outs and nobody on. Mavericks clearing the bases on the double play. Crowd making their way in. This one's going to be hit hard up the middle. Hill will go to a knee, and that will load Wall on for the Miners.
Number 12, Casey Couchman.
With 1 on and 2 outs, we come to Ryan Richards. And Richards will take a slice for strike 1. Top of the first here at Lindbergh Craig Field. Butte Miners at the plate. Here's the pitch. And they're going to say strike 2. Mike Hughes is your plate umpire. So 0-2. Nick Yonke in the field, as this one's going to come off the grips and hop right in front of Bay. The throw to first, and that is the side. So no runs, 1 hit, and a couple errors. We go to the bottom of the first right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
When your workout window is small, you don't want to travel far, wait for parking, and hope for an open machine. Let Fuel Fitness and Nutrition ignite your life with no waiting. Fuel has plentiful parking and 30,000 square feet of weight and cardio training equipment. When you want it, you'll get it at Fuel. Businesses, don't hesitate to sign up with Fuel. We have enough parking and equipment to handle your entire staff and 24/7 access so they can get in shape around work schedules. Ignite your life with no waiting at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition in the Holiday Village Shopping Center.
MPSN is back to live stream the Montana Legion Baseball AA and State A tournaments this summer. Join us live from Billings, Montana for the State AA tournament and Florence, Montana for the State A tournaments, July 27th through the 31st for all the play-by-play action of every game. If you know of a local business in your community that would like to sponsor the coverage of the games on MPSN, please send us an email. MPSN. Legion Baseball's home for the 2019 Montana State Legion Baseball tournaments.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton at Lindbergh Craig Field as we drop to the bottom of the first inning with the score tied at 0. The Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Doubleheader, game 1. Butte was able to load runners on, but Mavericks infield defense held them off. And so now the Mavericks will have their chance to bat. Bridger Johnson to lead things off, the left fielder, Dane Frazier, the right fielder, and Trad Richardson, the third baseman. So Johnson at the plate puts Dane Frazier in the on-deck circle.
Bridger Johnson.
And Bridger Johnson will step in, and Hughes will set the play. And Johnson swings for strike 1. Here's the pitch. Inside and off the toe. Little confusion at the plate, but we'll have ball 1 for an even count. Here's the 1-1 from Peyton Heddick, who is the pitcher for Butte. And we get ball 2. So for Johnson, he is a junior at Sentinel, 5'11", 172-pound right-hander. Plays in the field. You can he's in left field today in place of Busey, as this one's fouled back into the catcher for strike 2. He's in left field today for Busey. Hangs out in center field for the most part. Has had some time at right field, but you can plug him in the outfield, and he is successful out there. This is his first year at the AA level. Did come up with the Mavericks for state in 2018, but didn't get a chance on the field. As this one's going to be bounced high, third baseman will pick it up. The throw to first, and we've got one away.
The right fielder, number 7, Dane Frazier.
So that'll bring up Dane Frazier. For the Mavericks with 1 out, nobody on, bottom of the first. Frazier, a senior at Sentinel, going through his graduation process yesterday, the ceremony, I should say, as this one will come across the chin for ball 1. .6'2", 190-pound right-hander. Has made a career at first base. Pitches. As this one's going to hit Frazier, and he'll get the free base.
Third baseman, number 13, Trad Richardson.
Brings up Trad Richardson now for the Mavericks with 1 on and 1 out. And Carson Dodge, the catcher for the Miners, checking in with Heddick as after the hit by pitch. Heddick now with the stretch. Inside for ball 1. Now these Miners were in yesterday to play the Mavs A team. And the Mavs A team taking both of those. And Richardson will take this one for a ride into the parking lot. Foul. For strike 1. Frazier at first. Richardson in the box, and Drew Stensrud in the on-deck circle. Richardson settles in. 1-1 on the count. And we'll get ball 2. For Trad, he's a 6'3", 210-pound graduate of Frenchtown. Frenchtown had their graduation ceremony a week before. And that's over the plate to go 2-2 on the count. For Richardson, holds down third. Catcher had some time in the outfield this year, and does stand on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. Here's the smack by Richardson into center field, and it's in the glove for out number 2.
The first baseman, number 5, Drew Stensrud.
Brings up Drew Stensrud with 2 outs and Dane Frazier at first. Here's the Heddick pitch. And he'll come inside for ball 1. Mavericks will have a conference doubleheader. It'll be split on Tuesday night. Throw to first. Forces Frazier back in. Bozeman Bucks at 5 and the Kalispell Lakers at 7. Both of those are going to be conference games. Mavericks 3-0 in conference. As this one goes outside on the right-handed batter for ball 2. So Drew Stenderud, 5'10", 170-pound junior at Sentinel. First, third, and he's had some time on the 5 Valley of pitcher's mound as he'll duck out of the way for ball 3. Mike Hughes, our plate umpire, giving us the count. And Stensrud will take a swing on this one. Sends it foul for strike 1, so 3-1 on the count. Bottom of the first. Goose eggs on the scoreboard. Dane Frazier at first. Drew Stensrud at the plate, and he'll take this one for a bounce. That one's in play. Third baseman will have a glove on it, stretching out, and the first baseman will not be able to keep his back foot on. And Stensrud will reach for the Mavericks, putting runners at first and second.
Shortstop number 2 is Stuart Long.
Brings us to Stuart Long now for the Mavericks with 2 outs and runners at first and second. Wind starting to come up here at Lindbergh Craig Field. And they are actually going to call that an error, so we'll pull that back for the Mavericks. And first pitch is a ball. Stuart Long fouls this one back into himself for strike 2. Long, a sophomore at Hellgate, 5'8", 175 pounds. Pitcher and shortstop is where he has hung out. He has had a few innings at second base, but for the most part he's been at short as we go 2-1 on the count. Played for the Pioneers, the Missoula Pioneers, from 2016 to 2018, as this one's fouled off for strike 2. Other sports, slope style skiing. Here's the pitch by Heddick, and comes off the grip, foul. Keeps Long alive at 2-2. 2 outs. Frazier at first, Stensrud, or Frazier at second, Stensrud at first. Brendan Hill in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch by Heddick. And Long has this one high into center field. Center field's back in the glove, and that's the side. So the Mavericks will strand 2. No runs, and we stay 0s on the scoreboard. Top of the second right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Warning, warning.
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now, whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning, warning. This is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash on reserve across from Larchmont.
Half-price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop in to 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we come to the top of the second inning. 0s on the scoreboard here at Lindbergh Craig Field as the Butte Miners and the Missoula Mavericks play a non-conference doubleheader. Top of the second. And leading things off for the Miners is Ryan Richards, the center fielder. So Richards settles in with Parker Stevens on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. And Parker will drop in ball 1. For Parker Stevens, 1-3 as a starter, 9 total games played in, 21 innings as this one's punched high over third base. Richardson will be there for the out. And that's
third base, number 17,
one away. Brings up Kean O'Neill, the third baseman, with 1 out, nobody on. O'Neill's first at bat as we continue to take a look at Parker. 27 hits off of, or 27 runs off of 23 hits. Richardson will have the throw to first, and that will be out number 2.
First baseman number 8, Ryan Burt.
And that'll take us to Ryan Burt with 2 outs and nobody on. As I was saying, 27 runs off of 23 hits. 17 of those have been earned, as this one will hop right between left or right and center field. Hill will have the throw to second, and that will be a hit for the Miners.
Designated hitter number 20, Riley Giotti.
Brings us to Riley Giotti, the designated hitter, with 2 outs and a runner at first. Stevens is going to make the throw over there to first. And for Parker, he's walked 14, struck out 13, and has hit 7. His ERA is 7.29 as he delivers this one over the plate for a strike. Burt at first, 2 outs. Carson Dodge in the on deck as this one's going to be fouled high. And it'll be in the glove of Johnson. That's the side, so 1 loaded on, left behind. Bottom of the second, right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 55 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Coming this summer, Milk Crate Media 406 will be the home to a new group of local podcasts to highlight our great state of Montana and the people within it. Starting with a local show to promote Missoula sports athletes. Next, a podcast that will take a look at worldviews. Then a show that will entertain you while informing you about Montana's great outdoors. And finally, a podcast that will take a look at the people and places that make Montana great. Stop by mcratemedia.com to see the full line of new podcasts.
Welcome back to MPSN as we fall to the bottom of the second inning in a scoreless game between the Missoula Mavericks and the Butte Miners. Mavericks, the host. The Mavericks will lead off with Brendan Hill, so it's the 6, 7, 8 batters, Hill, King, and Clausen, scheduled on the side for the Mavericks. Peyton Heddick on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound for his second inning of duty as Hill climbs into the box. Brendan Hill, one of the graduates from Sentinel yesterday for this Mavericks squad. 5'10", 175-pound right-handed player for the Mavericks. Here's Heddick with the first pitch of the inning, and Hill will let it go by for strike 1. Hill, a multi-talented player. He's got a toolbox full of tricks that can put him just about anywhere on the field, as this one's going to be outside for ball 1. Pitcher, shortstop, center field. This is his second season with the Double-A. Played a season with the A for the Mavericks. Here's Hedrick with the pitch, and we go back outside for ball 2. 2-1 on the count, 1 out. Or no, leadoff batter. Got ahead of myself. Bo King in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch by Hedrick, and Hill will bounce this one out. Shortstop has it in the glove. The throw to first is on target, and ahead of Hill for out number 1.
Designated hitter number 6, Bo King.
That brings up the designated hitter, Bo King. Bo, another graduate of Sentinel yesterday, 5'10", 160-pound right-hander for the Mavericks, as he'll swing on the first pitch for strike 1. King settles in, and it's over the plate for strike 2. 0-2 on the count. Catcher and outfield for the Mavericks, his positions. 1 year with the B, 1 with the A, and this will be his 3rd year with the Double-A, as this one comes in tight for ball 1. Football player and a wrestler, and his football experience is going to take him over to Butte to play cornerback for Montana Tech, or cornerback as I clarify that. This one's down the third base line. They're going to say foul. And we'll stay at 1-2 on the count. He's going to follow in the footsteps of his older brother, Jackson King, who just graduated from Montana Tech and played shortstop over there. Played corner over there for the football program. King with this one bounced down, and this will be foul once again, keeping King at 1-2. He was limited with his wrestling experience this year, as he did have an injury, and so he did not get to wrestle his full senior season for Sentinel, but I know his junior year he was a force for that wrestling squad over there. Very storied and tenured wrestling squad for Sentinel. Here's the right-handed pitch by Hedrick, and that will give us an even count at 2 for King. Here's the pitch, and that one will tag King in the back and put a runner on for the Mavericks. So 1 on, 1 out. Bottom of the second brings us to Andrew Clausen, the catcher for the Mavericks. So Clausen to settle in. King steps away from first. Here's Hedrick with the pitch. King's going to go, and this is going to be inside for strike 1, and King will get the base standing up. So Hedrick able to drop the strike pitch in, as Clausen will slice for strike 2. Makes it 0-2 on the count. Here's the pitch. And Clausen has this one come off the hand grips, and it'll be foul as the pitcher tried to make a play for it. We stay at 0-2. Nice job by Hedrick to try to run it down, but he was a stride short of putting it in the glove. King stays at second. Here's the pitch by Heddick. And a foul ball. We'll have Clausen continue to fight. Clausen, a 5'11", 145-pound sophomore at Sentinel. Right-hander. Heddick keeping an eye at King at second. Here's a bounce out to, and Heddick not able to put it in the glove. He'll have a throw, but it'll be too high, and that will have the runner reach off of the air. King advances down the line to third.
Second base number 1, Dayton Bay.
Takes us to Dayton Bay, bottom of the order for the Mavericks, with runners on the corners and a 1 out. So Bay settles in. Here's the pitch. And Heddick will put it over the plate for strike 1. So that puts the top of the order in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks with 1 out. Clausen steps away from first. King stands at third. Heddick now with the pitch. And Bay will have contact, but it's strike 2. Here's the pitch. And the runner's going to go. The throw will be made, and Clausen will get there. Here comes King home, and the Mavericks will jump on the board off the stolen base. So the Mavericks on the board 1-0. 1-2 on the count to Bay. And this one will be back outside for ball 2. Clausen dancing at first. And went ahead and took the base. Here's the pitch. And contact by Bay. We'll keep him at 2-2. Dayton Bay wearing the number 1. He's a 5'11", 155-pound sophomore at Sentinel. Second and short are the spots he's been at this year, as this one's going to be a wild pitch that gets away, advances Clausen to third. And we've got a full count. For Bay, with 1 out and a runner at third. Bridger Johnson in the on deck as Heddick pitches this one. This is going to be a high shot right over second base in the glove of the second baseman. Clausen will hold, and that is 2 away.
Number 10, Bridger Johnson.
So with 2 outs, we come to the top of the order to Bridger Johnson. Here's the pitch by Peyton Heddick. And this is a line drive. It'll hop in front of the shortstop. He'll have the throw to first, and it will be just ahead of the runner, and that is the side. So the Mavericks earn 1. They'll leave 1, and we go to the bottom, or the top of the third, right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton at Lindbergh Craig Field as we get set for the top of the third inning. Mavericks lead the Butte Miners 1-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And leading it off for the Miners is their catcher, bottom of the order, number 19, Carson Dodge. So it'll be 9, 1, and then 2 on the schedule. Parker Stevens on the Five Valley Auto pitcher's mound for his third inning. Doubleheader today with the Mavericks and Miners. Next game coming up 20 minutes after this one is over. We're scheduled for 7, and that one's right across the shoulders of Carson for ball 1. Pitch on the way. And Stevens will drop in ball 2. No action in either bullpen. Actually, no. We have the gate swinging open down the third base line for the Miners as I speak. This one's going to be hit off the middle of the bat, high into center field. Hill puts it in the glove, and one away now here in the top of the third. Brings us to Egan Lester, top of the order for the Miners. Here's the pitch by Stevens, and a swing will have a foul ball for strike 1. So the Miners go ahead and warm up an arm down the third baseline. Here's the pitch by Stevens. And a bouncing ball to Richardson. He'll make the throw to first, and Stensrud sticks the bag. That's 2 away now.
Number 22, Hunter Buney.
Brings Hunter Buney up with 2 away and no outs, or 2 outs here in nobody on. Foul ball towards the bullpen for strike 1 down the third base line. So Richardson at third, Stuart Long at short, Dayton Bay at second, and Drew Stensrud holding down first. Here's the 0-1 by Stevens. And he'll go outside for ball 1 to even the count out at 1. Parker, as I mentioned at the top, one of the seniors graduating from Sentinel last year. He's a football player as well for that Sentinel program, as Buney will foul it off for strike 2, and we're at 1-2 on the count with 2 outs, nobody on. True Montana boy, his hobby is fishing. Favorite movie is Rudy. This one's going to be off of the batter, and Buney will get the base.
Number 11,
That'll take us to Ryan Wall, the shortstop. With 2 outs and Buney standing at first now. And outside for ball 1. For Wall, he reached, had a single his first at bat, As we get ball 2 now from Stevens. And Stevens has had limited time on the pitcher's mound. He has had over 20 innings, but they've been spread out throughout the season. As we now get ball 3. 3-0 on the count. And Stevens will deliver over the plate to go 3-1 on the count now. To Wall. And Wall's played impressively, as this is going to be a walk to put runners at first and second now for the Miners with 2 outs. Brings up Casey Kotzman, the left fielder. And a conversation at the pitcher's mound allows the runner at second to advance to third. Time was not called for the conference between Richardson and Stevens.
Number 12, Casey Kotzman.
So that will put runners on the corners now for the Miners with 2 outs. Here's the pitch and a swing by Kotzman for strike 1. Nobody standing at third, allowed the runner to go. This one's going to be a line drive in between third and short. That'll score a runner and put runners at first and second now for the Miners.
Number 7, Rylan Richards.
And that'll bring up Rylan Richards with a tie game at 1 apiece. Runners at first and second and 2 outs. Here's the pitch by Stevens. And it'll be outside for ball 1. And with conference games coming up on Tuesday, my assumption was that these 2 games might be a player, as this one's back outside for a ball, this might be a pitch by committee games to keep arms warm for Tuesday night. Here's the pitch. And a roller picked up by Long. Here's the toss, and that'll be the out. So the Mavericks allow 1. There's a couple left behind, and it's tied at 1. Bottom of the third right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck, because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we come to the bottom of the third with Dane Frazier leading off for the Mavericks. And Frazier will take this one into center field. And that'll be one pitch, one out to start
Number 13,
the bottom of the third. Brings up Trad Richardson. So, Peyton Heddick settles in, the pitch on its way, and it will be ball one to Richardson. Richardson 0 for 1, had a line drive into center field, into the glove of Richards. This one's going to come off the bat and into the glove of the third baseman, and that's 2 away.
Number 5, Drew Stensrud.
So with 2 outs, that brings up Drew Stensrud for the Mavericks. Nobody on. Bottom of the third, tied at 1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Here's the pitch by Heddick, and Stensrud will let it roll for ball 1. Stensrud reaching off an error, his first at bat. Heddick now with the pitch, and this one will come off the middle of the bat, picked up by the shortstop, and he's not able to field it, and Stensrud will reach. So with 2 outs, the Mavericks will have a runner at first and Stensrud, and we come to Stuart Long. Long to settle in with Hill in the shortstop. In the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch, and Long will bounce this one out to the shortstop. This one will be fielded. The throw to first is there, and that will end the side. So the Mavericks get one off the air, but he's left behind. We stay tied at 1. Top of the 4th right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Advertising on the web can be intimidating. Where do you start? What is the most effective way to reach the audience you are targeting? Milk Crate Media can help you reach your audience, whether it is social media marketing or creating a unique commercial for streaming or for radio advertising. Milk Crate Media can help you build a new website or rebuild your existing website that will bring users back again and again. Visit www.mcratemedia.com today. Milk Crate Media is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports in Missoula and the surrounding valley.
Hey, are you gonna try out that new gym? I hear it's really cheap.
Not a chance. They don't have group exercise classes with awesome instructors like we get at Fuel. And the owners are in New York City. What?
New York City!
Mm-hmm. The New York way is not the Montana way, so no way.
Fuel Fitness and Nutrition, your Montana born and bred fitness chain. And unlike the others, we never close.
Welcome back to MPSN as we roll to the top of the 4th inning in a tie game between the Mavericks and the Miners. Hello, everyone. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network at Lindbergh Craig Field. Leading things off for the Miners here in the 4th is Kean O'Neill, the third baseman. Parker Stevens on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. And an outside pitch over the plate will be strike 1. So for O'Neill, a ground out, his first at bat. This one's going to bounce to Richardson. He'll have it in the glove. The throw to first on the double take, and it's 1 away. 2 pitches, 1 out.
Number 8, Ryan Burt.
Brings up Ryan Burt, the first baseman. Burt to settle in. Stevens with the stretch. And it's brought over the plate for strike 1. Parker Stevens with his 4th inning here for the Mavericks. Here's the pitch on the 0-1, and he'll find the plate for strike 2. Our plate umpire calling balls and strikes is Mike Use, and it is Nick Yonke in the field. Use back after a game out as Burt will put this one foul. Richardson is there, and that is out number 2.
Number 20, Riley Jotty.
So we come to Riley Shotty, the designated hitter, with 2 away and nobody on. Top of the 4th. Tied at 1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard, as Parker Stevens will deliver strike 1 to Chiotti. For Parker, 45 total pitches on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. 30 of them have been over the plate, as this one will take us to strike 2. Oh, and 2. Here's the pitch, and a foul ball over the Mavericks dugout will keep us at 0 and 2. Here's the pitch by Stevens, and we'll have ball 1. Jody thought about taking that one. He kind of inched out there but did not swing the bat. Bottom of the order for the Miners in the on-deck circle with 2 outs. And this one's going to be reached for. It's high. Hill will get there in the glove, and that's through 1, 2, 3 for the Miners. Bottom of the 4th right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
MPSN is back to live stream the Montana Legion Baseball AA and State A tournaments this summer. Join us live from Billings, Montana for the State AA tournament and Florence, Montana for the State A tournaments, July 27th through the 31st, for all the play-by-play action of every game. If you know of a local business in your community that would like to sponsor the coverage of the games on MPSN, please send us an email. MPSN. Legion Baseball's home for the 2019 Montana State Legion Baseball Tournaments.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 55 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Bottom of the 4th inning, tied at 1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Missoula Mavericks, Butte Miners. Game 1 of the doubleheader here today, as we'll have the second game. It is scheduled for 3 o'clock, but I would imagine that it'll be just 20 minutes after this one finishes up. We're cruising along here. Bottom of the 4th in a 7-inning game, and, well, we're 51 minutes into the game.
Number 3, Brendan Hill.
Leading things off for the Mavericks, it is Brendan Hill. And standing on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound for his 4th inning of duty is Peyton Heddick. Tied at 1. Mavericks looking for their first hit of the game. And Hill will roll this one out to the shortstop in the glove. The throw to first is on target, and that's 1 away.
Number 6, Bo King.
Brings up the designated hitter, Bo King, for the Mavericks. King will settle in. He was hit by a pitch. His first at-bat. And his first swing will be foul towards the dugout down the third base line for strike 1. King to settle in, and here's the pitch. Outside will be even on the count at 1 for King. The pitch, and it's over the plate for strike 1. One and 2 on the count to King. And he'll swing. This one's high over second base. Second baseman says he's got it in the glove, and that's 2 outs now in the 4th. Brings up the catcher, Andrew Clausen, with 2 away. Clausen reaching off an error, his first at bat. And Heddick will deliver strike 1 to Clausen. And Clausen with a good smack into center field, but it will be in the glove of the second baseman, and that is the side. So the Mavericks go 1-2-3 in the 4th. Top of the 5th right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop in to 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we hop to the top of the 5th inning. Tied at 1 between the Missoula Mavericks and the Butte Miners. Parker Stevens on the Five Valley Auto pitcher's mound for the Mavericks, and it's the bottom of the order for the Miners to lead the inning off. Carson Dodge, the catcher. Tied at 1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. As Dodge will settle in. He had a fly out in the first at bat. He'll hop this one just outside, and Lawrence King, Bo King's dad, not able to make the catch. Strike 1. The Peanut Gallery with some comments as we get strike 2. So 0-2 to Dodge. He's the catcher for the Miners. Here's Stevens with the delivery, and a swing will have the strikeout. So 1 away on the strikeout jumps us to the top of the order to Egan Lester, the right fielder. Lester 0 for 2. Reached off an error his first at bat, and then a ground out his second. And we're outside for a ball. Here's the pitch. And a roller. LaPro's trying to grip that one, but not able to put it in, and we'll have strike 1 on the foul ball. Here's Parker with the stretch. And he'll deliver over the plate for strike 2. It took Hughes a moment to call out the strike. Here's the pitch by Stevens. And we'll go even at 2 on the count for Parker. 4 1/3 innings. 56 pitches. 39 of them have been strikes. One strikeout. 1 walk. 1 run as we go 3-2. And this one will roll past, picked up by Babe with the glip, and it's out.
Number 22, Hunter Buney.
Brings up Hunter Buney, the second baseman now, with 2 outs for the Miners. Tied at 1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Here's Stevens with a pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Clausen not able to hold on to it. So we've got Trad Richardson at third, Stuart Long at short, Dayton Bay at first, and Drew Stensrud at first with Clausen behind the plate. Here's the pitch by Stevens, and this one's going to go high and far, or shallow to Hill, and that is the side. So no runs, no hits. It stays tied at 1. We'll be back with the Mavericks portion of the 5th right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Warning! Warning!
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now, whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning! Warning! This is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash on reserve across from Larchmont.
Half-price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
Welcome back to MPSN as we drop to the bottom of the 5th inning. Tied at 1 here at Lindbergh Craig Field. Hello, everyone. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network. As Dayton Bay will lead things off for the order for the Mavericks. Bottom of the order. So 9-1-2 on the schedule. Bay, Johnson, and Frazier. It is Heddick. And Heddick will pitch with Bay showing bunt, and we'll have strike 1 on the foul bouncer. For Dayton Bay, 0 for 1. Had a fly out in his first at-bat. O'Neill at third, Wall at short, Buney at second, and Burt at first on the infield for the Miners as we go even on the count at 1. Mavericks will be back in play Tuesday night for a split doubleheader, as this one will have contact. Regardless, it's going to be strike 2 for Bay. But the Mavericks will host on Tuesday night, and they will have the Bozeman Bucks at 5, Kalispell Lakers at 7. This is a conference doubleheader split between 2 teams. Check swing will say ball 2 as Hughes looks down the line and Yonke says he did not go. So 2-2 on the count to Bay. Leadoff batter here in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the stretch by Heddick. And that one will go off the elbow. They're going to say no. Ball 3. Maybe Bay stuck his elbow out there. So 3-2 on the count. And that one does tag Bay. Regardless, he gets the base. So Bay's got to get hit twice to get on. As we swing to the top of the order to Bridger Johnson with 1 on and no outs. Johnson settles in, 0 for 2, both of them ground outs. Here's the pitch by Heddick, and he'll deliver strike 1. Here's the stretch. Runner's going to go, and an outside pitch. Dodge will not make the throw, and that'll be a free base for Dayton Bay.
We now have the job, Janine.
1-1. With Bay at second. Here's the pitch, and that's going to come inside for a ball. We did see some action in the bullpen for the Miners a few innings ago, but there hasn't been anything since then. No changes as Hedrick will deliver strike 2. So 2-2 now to Johnson. Bay at second. Here's the stretch. And we get a full count. Bay steps away. The stretch and set. And a reach will be a foul ball to keep us at 3-2. It's Dane Frazier in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. Here's the payoff pitch by Hedrick. And that'll be runners at first and second off of the walk. Brings up Dane Frazier for the Mavericks with no outs and runners at first and second. And looking at Frazier this season, leads the team in runs with 27, second in hits with 29, right behind Trad Richardson with 34. Second in singles, 22. Second in doubles with 8, as this one is delivered in for ball 1. Frazier hit by a pitch and a fly out his first 2 at-bats. And we'll get ball 2. Leads the team in triples with 4. He is actually second with triples. It's tied with Trad Richardson at 4 as we get strike 1 delivered now. Frazier, though, leads the team in walks with 28 as he faces 2-1 on the count. And we'll get ball 3. Hedrick with the stretch and set. And Frazier with a hard hit shot into center field. That one's got some leg. It'll bounce at the warning track. Bay around the corner on his way home. Johnson's on his way home. Frazier will stand up at third, and the Mavericks will take the lead 3-1 off the shot by Frazier.
Number 13, Brad Richardson.
And that will take us to Trad Richardson, and that'll be the first hit of the game for the Mavericks, and what a time for it to come. And that will bring out LaProse to have a conference with his pitcher. As the Mavericks take a 3-1 lead with Frazier at third and no... Thank you. With Frazier at third, sorry folks, had a sneeze sneak up on me. So Trad Richardson will come to the plate with Frazier at third and no outs. Mavericks lead 3-1 here in the bottom of the 5th. And Richardson will settle in. He had a couple of line drive outs. As this one's going to be into the gap. This one's got some leg on it too. Center fielder's trying to get there, and he'll put it in the glove. Frazier will tag, and that'll be a sac fly for Richardson, and the Mavericks will take a 4-0 lead. The base is cleared, and we've got 1 out on the board. And that takes us to Drew Stensrud. And the first pitch to Stensrud will be over the plate for strike 1. So 1 out. Mavericks with 3 runs earned here in the bottom of the 5th. Here's Heddick with the stretch and set. And Dodge blocking it for ball 2. Or ball 1, I should say. So 1-1 on the count to Stensrud. Stensrud reached off of an error twice today. Here's the 1-1. Outside for the ball. So for Stensrud this season, at the plate, 13 runs off of 16 hits, 12 RBIs as we're back outside for ball 3. Walked 11, struck out 11. He's got 2 stolen bases as a ball over the plate to make it 3-2. One out, nobody on. Stuart Long in the on-deck circle, and this will walk the batter to put a runner on for the Mavericks. Stuart Long comes to the plate as the gate is open down the third base line. Can't quite see who is out there. The protective mesh that's down the third base line there for the fans. Here's the pitch, and this one's going to be over the head, and they're going to go ahead and say that one tagged Long, and that'll put runners at first and second off the hit by pitch.
Number 3, Brendan Hill.
Brings up the center fielder, Brendan Hill. With 1 out and runners at first and second, the Mavericks loading 3 runs up on the board here in the 5th inning to make it 4-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. 1 out, and Hill, with a smartly hit shot, could increase that for the Mavericks. Here's the pitch by Heddick, and Hill will have a high pop foul for strike 1. For Hill, a pair of ground outs on the day, 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. And even on the count with the ball pitch. One and one on the count for Hill. Long at first, Stensrud at second, 1 out. Here's the stretch and set. And it's over the plate for strike 2. Runners take their leads at first and second. Bo King in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch, and it's going to get away. It'll advance the runners to second and third, and we'll have an even count at 2. So 2-2 to Hill. Runners at second and third. Long at second, Stensrud at third. Here's the pitch. And we'll get a full count with ball 3. The payoff pitch by Heddick. And Hill shoots this one high into the gap. The left fielder is over there. It's bounced in front of the left fielder. Runners will hold, and that will be loaded bases with one out for the Mavericks as Hill will reach for the first time today.
Number 6, Bo King.
And we have Bo King at the plate for the Mavericks. Pitcher warming up for the Miners in the bullpen down the third base line as Heddick will toss one in over the plate for strike 1. For King, hit by a pitch his first at bat and a fly out his second. Here's the pitch. Inside for ball 1. So you got Hill at first, Long at second, and Stensrud at third. Heddick gets the pitch from Dodge, and here's the stretch. King to the first baseman. First baseman can't field it. It's a race. The toss, and King will be out at first. That'll bring Stensrud home, and the Mavericks will lead off the run 5-1, and Hathaway out. Here we go, folks. Hathaway out to talk to the field umpire once again. Wednesday night we had a questionable call at third and Houston. They're going to say that King is out at first. Wow, that brings up
number 14, Andrew Clausen.
runners at second and third. And Clausen will put this one into the field, and Hill will round the corner, and Hill will score as Clausen stands at second. And the Mavericks take a 7-1 lead on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. As the bottom of the order, Dayton Bay comes to the plate, and he'll see ball 1. Here's the pitch by Heddick, and Bay will bounce this one out. Picked up by the shortstop. Throw to first is on target, and that is the side. So the Mavericks earn 6. They'll have 2 hits and a couple left behind. 7-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Back with the top of the 6th right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Coming this summer, Milk Crate Media 406 will be the home to a new group of local podcasts to highlight our great state of Montana and the people within it. Starting with a local show to promote Missoula sports athletes. Next, a podcast that will take a look at world views. Then a show that will entertain you while informing you about Montana's great outdoors. And finally, a podcast that will take a look at the people and places that make Montana great. Stop by mcratemedia.com to see the full line of new podcasts.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton at Lindbergh Craig Field for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. As we come to the top of the 6th inning, Mavericks taking a stronghold on the lead. They lead 7-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. 6 runs earned in the bottom of the 5th for the Mavericks to take the lead, and so the Miners will try to swing in. It's Ryan Wall, the shortstop, to lead things off for the Miners. Middle of the order, 3, 4, 5 batters are scheduled. And Wall fouls it off for strike 1. For Wall, single his first at bat, walked his last. Parker Stevens on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. Here's the pitch, and it'll be low to even us out at 1 on the count, 1-1. So with Wall at the plate, it's Casey Kotzman in the on-deck circle. And Stevens will deliver back inside for ball 2. Here's the pitch and a swing for strike 2. Hughes, our umpire, says that he did have contact, so regardless, it's strike 2 though. For Parker Stevens, 5 innings pitched. Coming into this one, 3-2 on the count, so behind by 1. I apologize. 4 hits, 1 strikeout, and 1 walk, as we had a strikeout to that one. And that'll bring us to Kotzman. And Kotzman with 1 out. We'll let it go by for ball 1. Swing. Sounded like there was some contact on that one. Regardless, it is strike 1. With Kotzman at the plate, Ryan Richards in the on-deck circle, as Stevens will deliver over the plate for strike 2. For Kotzman, 1 for 2, ground out his first at-bat, singled his last. Here's the 1-2, and we'll get ball 2. So 2-2 on the count. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the 6th in a 7-inning game. Here's Stevens with the delivery, and he'll strike out the batter, as Hughes will give us the phone book rip for out number 2. Actually, to clarify, when I spoke to Hughes, he said he does the chainsaw pull. He is not a phone book ripper. He is a chainsaw puller on the out. So we go to Ryan Richards, the center fielder. Here's Stevens, and Clausen keeps it in front of him for ball 1. The 1-0. And Clausen having to hop up for that one to make it ball 2. Top of 6 in a 7-inning game. Game 1 of the doubleheader, as we get ball 3 now. Here's the stretch. And that will be strike 1. Hughes almost gave us the chainsaw pull. And we've got Connor Daniels going to the bullpen for the Mavericks. Over the plate to give us a full count at 3-2. We have not seen Hathaway out for a visit yet. As Richards strikes this one into left field, Johnson backpedals, puts it in the glove, and that's the side. So 1, 2, 3 for Butte. We go to the bottom of the 6th right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Advertising on the web can be intimidating. Where do you start? What is the most effective way to reach the audience you are targeting? Milk Crate Media can help you reach your audience, whether it is social media marketing or creating a unique commercial for streaming or for radio advertising. Milk Crate Media can help you build a new website or rebuild your existing website that will bring users back again and again. Visit www.mcratemedia.com today. Milk Crate Media is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports in Missoula and the surrounding valley.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we come to the bottom of the 6th inning. Mavericks lead 7-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard, and a new face on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound as number 2, Kinley Leary, comes to the mound. So Peyton Heddick done. He would have 95 pitches, 5 innings, 55 pitches over the plate. Finished with a 9.8 ERA, 7 runs earned, no strikeouts, 2 walks, and hit 3 batters. As the top of the order for the Mavericks comes to the plate, Bridger Johnson. Here's the first pitch of the inning, and this one's punched straight up in the air. It's going to be over short, and it's in the glove of the shortstop. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Number 7, Dane Frazier.
Here in the 6th. Takes us to Dane Frazier. With 1 out, nobody on. Here's the pitch by Leary, and he'll bring it in low for ball 1. For Frazier, 1 for 2. Hit by a pitch his first at bat, a fly out his second, and then a triple, a monster triple for the Mavericks, as this one's fouled off for strike 1. That would be the first hit of the game. Frazier's triple for the Mavericks. He would bring in 2 runs off that shot. Bay and Johnson. Here's the pitch, and we'll have ball 2. So the Mavericks conference doubleheader on Tuesday night with Bozeman and Kalispell 5 and 7. Then the Mavericks go on the road for their first tournament of the season, as this one's going to be bounced to shortstop. Ned will be able to put a glove on it. It's going to roll deep into the gap in left field. Frazier makes the corner at first and stands up at second as the player in the field does not make the throw at center field. That's Ryan Richards.
Number 13, Trad Richardson.
Brings us to Trad Richardson with a runner at second in Frazier. Here's the stretch by Leary, and he'll toss one in high for ball 1. Trad this season, he's a leader in quite a few categories. 34 hits, leads the team. 27 RBIs, leads the team. As this one's going to be smacked into left field. Left fielder will have it in the glove, and that will be out number 2. Brings up Drew Stenzerud with 2 outs and Frazier at second. Mavericks leading 7-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Lindbergh Craig Field, home of the Missoula Mavericks. Dahlgren Sports Complex, as Stensrud will foul one off for strike one. And it's probably the most beautiful place you could have a Legion baseball field. You've got the equestrian park right behind it. So you see the equestrians out there working their horses. Blue Mountain right behind that, as this one comes in outside for ball one to make an even count at one for Stensrud. And then you've got Lolo Peak that's just partially capped in snow now. Best place, best press box to sit in for a view. And inside pitch will be ball two. For Stensrud, he's reached off of a pair of errors, first two at-bats, and then he was walked his last at-bat. Here's the 2-1 by Leary. And this one will be taken off the middle of the bat, foul. And we're even at 2. But as I was mentioning, the Mavericks taking their first trip for a tournament this year. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Sunday, they will be in Lewiston, Idaho for the Dwight Church tournament hosted by the Lewis and Clark Twins. We'll have the Twins here the following week. Stensrud rolls this one out to the shortstop. It's handled. The throw to first is high, but stuck, and that is the side. So the Mavericks will leave one behind after getting on, and we have the top of the 7th right after this. You're listening to Mavericks Baseball on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hey, are you going to try that new gym? I hear it's really cheap.
No way. They don't care what we eat. They serve pizza and bagels, and the owners are in New York City.
What? New York City? That really tans my hide.
Fuel Fitness and Nutrition, your Montana born and bred fitness chain. And unlike the others, we never close.
Warning, warning.
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now, whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning, warning. This is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash on reserve across from Larchmont.
Half-price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Top of the 7th inning where it's all or nothing for the Butte Miners in Game 1 of the doubleheader. Mavericks lead 7-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. We'll have Game 2 20 minutes after this one finishes up, and a new face on the Five Valley Auto pitcher's mound for the Mavericks is this graduate, Connor Daniels. So for Parker Stevens, it'd be 6 innings. 78 pitches, 50 of them over the plate, 1 earned run, an ERA of 1.17. He'd strike out 3, walk 1, and hit 4 batters. Or wait, no, I apologize. Had 4 hits and hit 1 batter. So Parker Stevens finishing out with solid stats here for the Mavericks. For Butte, it'll be the bottom of the order. The number 6-hole batter, Kean O'Neill, the third baseman to lead off. So 6, 7, 8, O'Neill, Burt, and Chiote on the inning. We'll have the second game up coming up 20 minutes after this one finishes up. It is scheduled for 3, but we'll see how this one rolls through. Here's the first pitch by Daniels, and he'll have ball 1. For Daniels as a pitcher, as he'll deliver over the plate for strike 1, 1-1 on the count. So for Daniels, he's 1-1 as a starter in 7 games played, or 1-1 as a record, as we get ball 2 now. 1-1 is a record in 7 games played. He has not started, has a 4.22 ERA, as this one's over the plate for strike 2, so 2-2. Daniels, 10 2/3 innings pitched, 10 runs off of 9 hits. 5 of those runs are earned as this one's rolled out to Bay. He'll pick it up. The throw to first is made, and that is actually Mr. Thomas Martin over there at second base.
Number 8, Ryan Burt.
And Burt up at the plate with 1 out for the Miners. And he's the first baseman. We'll have a strike delivered by Connor Daniels. So 0-2. And that'll be the first ball pitch to Burt by Daniels. For Ryan Burt, 1 for 2, singled his first at bat, and then a fly out his last. This one's going to be fouled into the Maverick dugout down the first base line, and we'll be at 1-2. 2-2 on the count. And now we get a full count at 3-2. Connor, a graduate yesterday of Sentinel, as he'll walk the batter. So 1 on, 1 out for the Miners. Takes us to Chiotti. Riley Chiotti. They're going to bring in a runner for Burt. And it is quite Statecar.
Your attention, please. For Butte, running for Burt.
As Chiotti settles in. He's a designated hitter, Chiotti. He's 0 for 2. But Connor Daniels, a 6'2", 170-pound lefty for the Mavericks, the lone lefty at the AA level. And this one's going to tag the batter. And we'll have a hit batter for runners at first and second.
Number 19, Carson
Bottom of the order, the catcher, number 19, Carson Dodge at the plate now. But Daniels, as I mentioned, the lone lefty for the Mavericks. Graduated from Sentinel yesterday. Pitcher and outfield. Usually hangs out in right field. As the pitch dropped in for ball 1. Two years with the Mavs A squad, and this will be his second year with the AA. And a swing will drop it bouncing down the foul line for strike 1. For Carson Dodge, 0 for 2, struck out his last at bat and a fly out his first. Top of the order in the on deck circle for the Miners with 1 out and runners at first and second. Here's Daniels delivering on the 1-1. Bouncer picked up by Bay. The throw to second, down the line to first, and that is the double play turn to end the game. Mavericks get the win, 7-1 over the Miners. We'll have the second game of the doubleheader coming up, but the Mavericks win. The Miners get 1 run in the 3rd inning off of 3 hits, 3 errors committed, and they would leave 6 runners behind with the 2 left at the end. The Mavericks 1 run in the 2nd, a 6-run 5th inning to give them a 7-1 lead, 4 hits and 2 errors. Game 2 coming up in about 20 minutes. Refill your popcorn, put some ice in that water. We'll be back in 20 minutes.
Thank you for tuning in to this presentation of Missoula Sports.
What a rush!
MPSN's coverage of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness.
Always, always, always.
Tune in next time when the Missoula Prep Sports Network has coverage of your local sports heroes.